Hello, boys and girls. Mr. Bruce here. Today's book is from the Pixar book. It's a Finding Nemo story, The Ghost Lightfish. But before we start, eyes watching, ears listening, voices quiet, body calm. Okay, The Ghost Lightfish. Have a great day, Nemo, Marlin the clownfish said as he hugged his son goodbye. He and Dory, a regal tang bluefish, were dropping Nemo off at school. All right, Nemo said, I will just as soon as you let go. His dad realized he was hugging his son. Oh, all right, and he let him go. Nemo swam off to join the other students and their teacher, Mr. Ray. Bye, Dad, said little clownfish. Bye, Dory, see you later. Nemo loved school. So did his friends. Tad the long-nosed butterfly fish, Pearl the octopus, and Sheldon the seahorse. How could they not when Mr. Ray made everything so much fun? Mr. Ray's the teacher. Mr. Ray took his students exploring all over the reef. Every day, Nemo and his classmates got an up-close look at the different kinds of sea life. One day, Mr. Ray was taking them to a clearing deep, deep down on the ocean floor. Okay, explorers, Mr. Ray said when they got there. Now it's time to do a little searching. Let's see if each of you can find one shell, and then we'll identify them all together. The youngsters fanned out. Nemo went searching in the shadow of some coral. Pearl peeked into a bit of algae. Sheldon stuck his head in the sand. Tad was the first of Nemo's friends to find something. Hey guys, look at this, he said, and he showed a beautiful white shell. It's so pretty. Where did you get it? Pearl asked. Tad pointed into this cave. In there. Maybe there are more. Tad darted towards the cave entrance. Yes, said Pearl. I want to find one too. I'm going to go in that cave. Me too, said Sheldon. Are you coming, Nemo? Nah, Nemo said. You guys go on. He wanted to find a shell that was different than everybody else's. Of course, only a few minutes passed before Nemo heard an odd noise. He looked up and he saw Sheldon, Tad, and Pearl scooting away at full speed from the cave, screaming loudly. What's the matter? Nemo asked. Is it a barracuda? Is it an eel? Sheldon shook his head and said, No, it's a ghost fish. Yeah, right, said Nemo. Then he noticed that Tad's fin was empty. Hey, what happened to your shell? Tad looked and said, Oh, gosh. I was going to give it to my mom. I must have dropped it in there, but I'm not going back in. Not with that ghost fish. Don't worry, Nemo said. I'll find your shell. The little clownfish bravely went into the cave. See, there's nothing to be afraid of. Then Nemo froze. On the cave wall next to him, he saw a huge fish-shaped shadow. Excuse me, Mr. Ghostfish. Is that you, Mr. Ghostfish? A ghost fish, the tiny voice said. Where? Don't let it get me. Well, this ghost fish didn't sound very scary. Nemo swam closer. Are you afraid, ghost fish? Yeah. Who isn't afraid of ghost fish? Nemo followed the voice, and behind a rock was a little glowing orange fish. The ghost fish wasn't a ghost fish at all. It was a glow-in-the-dark fish, and the glow had got off and let off the shadow that looked like a big fish. Nemo's fear was forgotten. Oh, hi, he called out. There's the goldfish. Startled, the glowing fish darted behind another rock. Then timidly, he peeked out from behind it to look at Nemo. Don't be afraid, Nemo said. I'm just a little fish like you, and my name is Nemo. What's yours? Eddie, this fish said. You mean there's no ghost fish? No, Nemo said. We thought you were the ghost fish, and he explained the whole funny story to him. By the way, how do you glow like that? I just do. My whole family does. Nemo thought of someone who would know more about Eddie's glow. Mr. Ray, the teacher. So Nemo invited Eddie to meet the teacher and his friends. Then, swimming out of the cave together, the two little fish laughed about the way they had met. You really thought I was a ghost fish? Eddie asked with a giggle. Outside, Nemo joined his friends. Sorry I didn't find your shell, Nemo said to Tad, but I did find your ghost fish. Then Nemo and Eddie told their tale. Before long, the ghost fish was forgotten. Instead, everyone wanted to know about Eddie. Can your glow different colors? Pearl asked. How come the water doesn't put out your light? Questioned Tad. Everyone oohed and awed. If you think that's cool, said Eddie, you should come see the rest of my family. Eddie led the whole class into the cave to show them his glow-in-the-dark world, including his family. Nemo thought it was one of the most beautiful things he'd ever seen, but there was still one thing weighing on his mind. Mr. Ray, Nemo whispered to his teacher, I didn't finish the assignment. I didn't find a shell. Mr. Ray laughed and said, That's okay, Nemo. I'd say you still get an A in exploring for today. The end. Well, that was good. They got some exploring in, and they got to meet a new friend. And it's always great when we have new friends. It's somebody new we can get to know. All right. I'll be back tomorrow with another Pixar book. Until then, be good to your folks and wash your hands. Bye-bye.